A federal judge ruled in favor of a Hill Country environmental nonprofit last week.
And the group, made up of property owners, says a local water supplier is overpumping and threatening their own private groundwater supplies, as well as the future of popular swimming holes like Jacob's Well. Sam Stark breaks down the latest on this lawsuit.
Some Hill Country property owners are adamant that if people want to continue to do this, those pumping for groundwater must be more conservative.
Jacob's Well, which is a key kind of part of the Wimberly community, has gone dry now several times during these drought conditions.
Jim Blackburn is an environmental lawyer and president of the Trinity Edward Springs Protection Association, or TESPA. The group filed a motion in August to intervene in a lawsuit between Aqua Texas, a large water supplier, and the Hayes Trinity Groundwater Conservation District. A federal court granted that motion last Friday.
We intervened into this federal lawsuit to help the district and to also assert the rights of the citizens that we represent, who are very concerned about, among other things, losing access to groundwater.
Last August, the Conservation District alleged Aqua Texas overpumped by nearly 90 million gallons of water in 2022. For that, the district fined the water supplier nearly $450,000 and said it would not renew its permit unless they settled the check. Aqua Texas then took the matter to federal court, saying it should be entitled to penalty pay forgiveness due to the millions of dollars it spent on conservation efforts. In a statement to KXAN, the company said the Conservation District has, quote, failed to treat Aqua Texas equally, and that it continues to pour more money into conservation efforts. The Conservation District tells us it will continue to defend the aquifer from, quote, those who waste its resources.
Ultimately, this turns out to be about protecting the rights of citizens and the rights of all of us in Texas to enjoy springs and groundwater.
Blackburn said it may be several months before we see another ruling in this case. In Hayes County, Sam Stark, KXAN News.
Going in depth right now, we want to examine what determines who owns the state's underground water. The core of ownership dates all the way back to a 120-year-old opinion from the state Supreme Court. Back in 1904, the court ruled for a law concept known as the right of capture. In short, if you can pump it, it's yours. Current state law prohibits pumping with the, quote, purpose of injuring a neighbor or amount to willful waste of the resource. Currently, the state has over 100 groundwater conservation districts, which limit how much water can be pulled out of underground sources, with exemptions for domestic users as well as drilling for oil and gas.